guys, and welcome back to another episode of Marvel Card Collecting and Investing with me, GGman Cards. Hope you're super well. In today's episode, we're going to look at some Marvel Card sales data, courtesy of Market Movers. There's now 17,963 Marvel Cards in the database. So I spent a bit of time this morning looking through key sales and found some really interesting stuff which I thought I'd share with you on this episode. And hopefully it brings some value to you guys. I should just apologise, my voice is a little bit crackly. I kind of think I sound like Thor. I don't know, what do you think? Loki, my brother. I mean, if that's not worth a like on this episode, I don't know what is. But let's get into it, shall we? So if you wanted to sign up to Market Movers, there's a coupon code down below in the description, and you can get it for $1 for a month. So check that out if you're interested. Alrighty, let's get into it. So first of all, let's look at sales volume by character. We've got these handy tabs at the top here where we can break it down to last 7 days, last half a year, last year. I don't think we have a full year's worth of data, but it gives us a very, very strong indication of where we are at. One thing to do, drop me down a comment. Who do you think are the top 5 characters in terms of percentage of sales and number of sales? I'm pretty sure you can guess who's in at number 1, but how about the other 4? Let me know your thoughts. It'd be fascinating to see what you guys put, and we'll go into that in a second. Let's look at the last 7 days. And again, lots of variables to consider. These are all my personal observations, of course. But, think about sets, serial number cards. Are they base cards? Raw 1990 MU cards, all those sorts of things to consider as well. But in terms of volume change percentage, we've got Magneto at the top with plus 500 with a price change of minus 3% with only 6 sales recorded. Average sales, $114. Total number of dollar sales, 688. But again, one of them was 599, so that could well be one PMG, and the rest of them could be some raw 90MU cards. That's what I'm trying to get across. Is take this with a pinch of salt, I think is the best thing to say. Fascinating to see, though. The one I was interested to see was Thor, so plus 400% in terms of volume change, plus 12 in terms of price change percentage, 5 cards selling. And again, no big sales, but $44 worth of sales with an average sale of $8.92, max sale of 21. So yeah, fascinating to see. Do you think? And again, that's not big cards selling at all. There's going to be raw, probably 90MU again. But do you think that the teaser trailer has bumped that price change percentage up in the last 7 days or 2 weeks potentially? Who knows? Let's look a bit further down here. So we've got Captain America, plus 56 for volume change percentage, but minus 27 in terms of price change. 14 sales recorded. Again, there's going to be one PMG sale in there, I believe, which is $406. Average sale, $142. So yeah, that is fascinating to see, isn't it? And then Moon Knight down there at the bottom, plus 40 and 0. All right, let's look at the year, shall we? Let's see who came in the top 5. So, we have Spider-Man, as we probably all could have guessed, with volume change percentage with 21,650 and a price change percentage of plus 73. 435 number of sales. And again, we've got dollar amount of sales, 655,915, which is incredible. And again, remember some of those big PMGs, the blue PMGs, which are in 99,000, 132,000 was one of them included in that. But that's pretty crazy, isn't it? Next up, we've got Wolverine with not far behind, 429 number of cards sold and 202,874 with the number of dollars sold. Average sale 472. Average sale for Spider-Man 1,505, which is pretty crazy. But again, that big sale bumps that up, doesn't it? Max sale 30,000 for Wolverine. We've got Stan Lee in at number 3, and again, that 90MU card is going to be a big driving factor for that. When the boom, the 90MU boom came over a year and a bit ago, that was definitely, we were seeing Stan Lee cards sell for 2,000. Ridiculous numbers. It says 749 there for max sale, which is interesting. But yeah, dollar amount 24,034. which is pretty crazy, and minus 17 in terms of price change, which is probably no surprise. Captain America, 244 number of cards sold, 96,000 in terms of dollar amount, 394 average sale, 11,100, and again that's going to be some of these PMGs. I'm pretty sure there's a blue PMG that went for 20,000, so maybe that's not included, or it wasn't paid for. Again, that's another thing to consider. Were some of those cards paid for? Big factor, because they won't be included in here if they're not. So yeah, we got Spider-Man, Wolverine, Stanley, Captain America, and then we got Black Panther. So 199 number of sales, 41,000 in terms of dollar amount of sales, average 207, max sale 8,250. Wow, that's crazy. Not far off is Venom with a plus 29% price change. Black Panther was above that. 198 cards sold with $87,857 in terms of sales. Again, a lot of that is going to be predominantly PMGs in that figure. Max sale 5,000. Moon Knight just shy, and I was interested to see where Moon Knight came up on this. 64% in terms of price change. You cannot say that the Disney Plus series has impacted that, because it has. No one really talked about Moon Knight a year ago, or had many Moon Knight cards and things like that. So that is fascinating. 183 number of cards sold, 28,000 total dollar amount, 155 average sale with a $3,347 max sale. That is crazy. Iron Man, plus 17,900 volume change. Wow, why? That is crazy. Plus 53% up in terms of price change percentage. 180 cards sold. $134,000. I think that's going to be third in terms of dollar amount sales. Yeah, third in terms of dollar amount sales. Average sales 748. Max sales 27,100. Wow, that's crazy. Again, that's going to be a PMG. How incredible is that? We've got Spider-Man, Miles Morales there too. In terms of number of dollar sales, 89,000. 38 cards sold. That's pretty incredible. 13,500 for max sale there too. Plus 134 for price change percentage. No surprise there. Wow. How incredible is that? Fascinating, isn't it? Okay, cool. So let's have a look at price movements by card now. I've broken it down into the last 90 days. Again, take some of this with a pinch of salt, because, for example, you've got a start average for this card, which is 138, and you've got an end average of 1,500. Because of that, you're going to get some nice green figures on that occasion. But the first card was a 2017 Fleet Ultra Spider-Man Preserved Amber Cityscape, numbered out 15 raw copy. Again, the average sale price was 819, minimum sale price 138, max sale 1,500, and there's only been 4 cards sold. So this is quite a cool tool. Maybe you're looking to, price a PMG you want to sell, or a Vibranium, or a 90MU, PSA 10, something like that. Quite interesting. You can hop onto here, and then you can look at what the average sale price is, minimum sale, a max sale, and kind of get a good gauge, and maybe put in a buy it now best offer, $1,000, something like that, and it gives you a good indication. Fascinating to see a Spider-Gwen Vibranium base raw, volume change plus 600, price change plus $6.25 from where it was at. Again, we know what's happened with Vibraniums. They've shot off in the last 6 months or so, which is pretty cool. The Captain America raw base card from the 90MU, really fascinating one. So we've got 403 price change percentage. We've got 68% volume change plus $8 for a raw Captain America. So end average $10 with 37 sales recorded. Average sale at $660. So again, that's crept up a little bit for that card raw wise. Moon Knight on there too. Price change $15. Scrolling down, see what else we can find. Nova, very nice red there. 202 max sale, average sale 133 with a plus 100% volume change. Fascinating. So yeah, nice tool to look at on there too. The last thing I want to show you was eBay Deal Search, which is interesting. So the last couple of weeks, we've had some really strong sales for this card in particular. 1990 Marvel Universe Spider-Man PSA 10, card number 29. The last known sale recorded was $1,913. There is a buy it now for $1,599. So this gives you, again, the red is kind of a good thing in this sense. So $313 minus $313 based on the last sale, which is pretty cool. So there's a little bit of arbitrage, there, potential, but again, risky, because that, with all markets, things go up and down. That price was pretty high considering where it's been. Again, there's not been a huge amount of sales known, but pretty cool tool. Again, got Ghost Rider there. A lot of them is 90MU PSA 10 because we got solid sales data from it from the last 6 months to a year, so that's why we're seeing it. But fascinating. This, $40 for a PSA 9 90MU of Wolverine. Last sale, you can buy it now for $32. So that's a good price to buy at. I'm hoping that makes sense. Again, always track. You can look at the chart for this card. So let's have a look at the chart for the last year. And again, it goes from the 5th of November. So not complete year. But you can see it's an upward trajectory across the year. But if you go down to 90 days, you're looking at a downward trajectory, which, again, markets go up and down. Price changes. There you go. Total sales, up and down. Number of sales, nothing for a long time. And then you get a couple of sales come in. Last average sale price will be $40. Fascinating, isn't it? But yeah, that concludes this episode. Just a bit of fun playing around with market movers. Hope you enjoyed the episode. You got some value from it. Let me know your thoughts down below. What kind of piqued your interest? What was an interesting, card stat as such? I'll be doing more of these in the near future, looking at certain sets in particular and diving into what we can find. Hope you have a great day and see you in the next one. Marvel cards, baby.